So every progressive's new favorite attorney general, Loretta Lynch, made a huge speech in favor of the LGBT community and also just the Obama administration addressing these ridiculous laws that are snowballing after the Supreme Court ruled it legal for gay marriage. So let's talk about it. A good afternoon, North Carolina. All eyes on you, especially Attorney General Loretta Lynch. She just laid the fuck into you. Well, today I wanted to talk about this fiasco going on in North Carolina. I introed it with the video of Attorney General Loretta Lynch giving a harsh tongue lashing to the legislation in North Carolina that passed that basically legalizes the discrimination of people in the LGBT community. Listen, you can think whatever you want to about this issue. You can have the kitchen table talk, whatever you desire. You can call trans people freaks. You can make fun of gays and lesbians. You can do whatever you want. All of us can. However, when you bring this shit to the public's table, to our attention, you're going to be harshly scolded because most of the country is not working backwards. This is really aggravating to watch a state rule legislation that basically says that you're not going to be allowed to use a restroom based on something you have no control over. This harkens back to the 40s and 50s, slavery, and black people not being able to use the same water fountains or bathrooms. Like, this is ridiculous, people. No more shall we discriminate against people for anything they cannot control. No sexual orientation or sexuality issues, no race, no pigmentation or melatonin skin issue. Like, seriously, people, age, gender, all of this stuff, it's silly. These are just facades. These are facades. We're fucking human. You need to let a fucking trans woman pee with the women, and you need to let trans men pee with men. I mean, I don't understand the importance of this issue. Why the fuck is it news? Why is this news? Who in the fuck wants police officers or TSA agents sitting outside bathrooms? This is the militant police state y'all are asking for when you do shit like this. Nobody's talking about how they're going to put TSA on Amtrak and train railways and bus stations. Like, that's coming up. That's our near future. You have to now go through security checkpoints and all that shit to travel anywhere in this country because everybody's offended by everybody's everything. Therefore, the government gets to reach in their big bag of tricks and come out with shit like the NSA where they get to take away all of our privacy. And you may think this is making you feel safer and more secure. It ain't. You have no idea how many trans people you have ever used the bathroom with. This is ridiculous. And it should go beyond that because honestly, it doesn't matter to everybody else if you're uncomfortable. Your comfortability in this world doesn't really bother anybody else. We don't care and we don't think about it. That's your job. Take care of yourself. Make sure you feel safe and comfortable. When you're in a situation you don't want to be in, remove yourself. Don't tell others what they need to do. We are living in a society of fucking madness. I don't understand it sometimes. I can't believe we are asking our lawmakers, the people we pay these high salaries, to sit in the high courts of the land and discuss bathrooms. That is what we the people are asking of our government. We can't figure this out? Are you fucking kidding me? When you talk to dumb people about issues that society is dealing with, you move them along. You don't give them time to weigh the room. This is ridiculous to me that dumb people are curtailing a social movement. We need to be a country embracing weird and strange and diversity. Fucking A. I don't want to be a generation that just systemically falls into the robot, just part of the machine, like, okay, yes, master, listen to authority. This is ridiculous when we see our elders, or when we see people in charge, or whatever you want to fucking call it, when we see them acting a fool, we need to call them out and pull the reins in. This is ridiculous. My generation is late 20s, early 30s, mixed throughout. We should be able to have a large enough voice by now that we can tell the adults to act like fucking adults. I mean, this is nuts to me. I cannot believe we're wasting our time talking bathrooms because some rednecks in the South, you know, I am stereotyping with that because I know it's all over. I have talked to many people on the West Coast and the Midwest who think that trans people should have to use the bathroom of the body they were born into. And with that logic, I cannot fucking understand, A, why you give a fuck, and B, who do you want checking? Because we've seen videos on YouTube about that very masculine looking woman who is literally a woman, born a woman, still a woman, she just happens to be a lesbian and a little butch. How come she gets accosted so much that she's forced out of the restroom? It is her restroom. She didn't transition. This is insane. We're gonna start like accusing people of everything. It's madness. Look at Rachel Dolezal. I don't even remember if that's her name, and if it is, wow, I can't believe I remember her name. But she was a white woman who did not identify with her roots and her family, so she chose a culture that she felt was rich in history and something she loved. And she was accosted by the community, by all sorts of people, black people, Hispanic people, white people, old people, young people, men, women, everybody. I'm Team Rachel. Pick you. Do you. Whoever you are. I don't care what you are. You live the lifestyle you want to live, and when you find people who love and embrace you and will respect your identity and how you choose to portray yourself to the rest of us, good for you. Good for you for being brave enough to do so. My God, the fact that we're holding each other back on this petty bullshit because the rest of us have nothing better to do with our lives than to check each other's fucking penises and vaginas before we go into restrooms. I hate saying the word vagina. Shout out to women. I just recently found out that vagina is actually a slang derogatory term for a pussy, and it actually means a sheath for a sword. Look it up. This is crazy to me. But so obviously that kind of makes one think its only use is to protect and to house a man, right? Like a vagina sounds fucking degrading to me. But a cunt means something like really powerful and like the goddess of love, right? In all of these other cultures around the world, and yet here in America it's skewed and it's the other way. And medical terminology and doctors have to say the word vagina and they talk to you in actually a degrading way, and this is the whole misogynistic, it leaks fucking back. Like, feminists want to go in on this shit, like, let's go toe to toe. I'm not a feminist and I don't agree with feminists. I think feminists are out for full control for women and they're very anti-masculine. You don't have to agree with me on the stance, but I think the word alone lets you know their feelings pro-feminine. But honestly, I think we all need to be equalists. We're equal. We're human beings. Yes, we happen to have different body parts, and they're used for different things, but that doesn't make one better than the other. I'm not a feminist. I'm not a masculinist. I guess I don't know what the other one is. A neo-masculine. I'm a human being, and I'm equal. I'm equal to the women of this planet. And honestly, I do believe that women are more powerful creatures. I think they're harnessed into Earth's and nature's energy more. I just really do. I think they've been here longer. I think man is a newer race of human than woman to Earth. This is gonna sound cuckoo. I'll do a video on it later. But seriously, this trans issue, for real, start having compassion. Start having talks at your dinner table. Stop being scared of it. Use the word penis and I guess vagina for now. We'll figure it out together. But honestly, talk to your kids. They're old enough. They hear it at school. You guys, this is such a hot topic. Caitlyn Jenner is part of the Kardashians. If you don't think your 6 and 7-year-olds know what trans are, then you're just fooling yourself. I mean, honestly, kids are way smart. I was a child. I knew a lot more than most adults, honestly. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I really do. I stand by that. Honestly, give kids credit. Have these conversations. Be comfortable with yourself and your sexuality and your past and whatever you're dealing with to get past it and help protect people who are in a minority with the highest suicide rate, with the highest murder rate. Like, trans people aren't out to hurt anybody. There's not a single trans person out to hurt anybody. They're dealing with a mess of bullshit that us, society, is pushing onto them, and this is just one more tier. If I was trans, I don't even know. My heart goes out to you trans people. Like, God bless you, you know? But we can all work together to make everyone's life easier. Nobody needs to see a need for a bathroom Gestapo. This is ridiculous. Let's move past this. 2016 hashtag it can still get better. You know, that was a movement just years ago. Let's like bring it back already. This is so sad, the state of politics we're in. But let's work together, communicate, and go forward. Anywho, take care of yourself the rest of the day. I'm gonna get outside. It's fucking gorgeous. Peace out.